Hello everyone. So today I'm back with another interesting topic. So this is somewhat different from the basic chemistry concept or some research tutorial. I decided to do something new, like as you all know of the COVID-19 vaccines available now. So I'll discuss about their chemical components, like the vaccines are made of which chemicals. So I'll try to briefly describe them one by one, all of the major COVID-19 vaccines that are available now in United States, in UK and in India. So I will discuss one by one all of those vaccines, mainly the chemical components which makes the vaccines. Okay, so this may help you decide whether you are allergic to any of the components. Okay, so let's get started. Let me share the screen. Okay, so as if you do not know about the details of my research area, please go through these links to check out my LinkedIn, Google Scholar, and ResearchGate profile. So let's get started. So, COVID vaccines. Right now, the COVID vaccines which are available in the market, they are broadly classified into two different types. One is mRNA vaccines, another is viral vector vaccine. Okay, so mainly I'm focusing today about the vaccines which are authorized by FDA in the United States right now. So we have three different vaccines available in United States that is approved by FDA. So mainly I am focusing about them today. So the we have three vaccines: Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson and Johnson. So mRNA vaccines are Pfizer and Moderna, and they both are double dose vaccines. That means you need two shots of these vaccines, and the Pfizer wait time is at least 21 days. What is the wait time? This is the time difference between the first shot and the second shot. Okay, and the Moderna wait time is at least 28 days. The Moderna wait time is little bit more than the Pfizer, but anyway, you can take the Pfizer second shot even after 28 days, and this is the minimum wait time. You can take the vaccine anytime after that. And nowadays, I was reading about research papers which says that this Pfizer efficacy even works better if you take the vaccine after 28 days or even after 2 months. So we do not know. These are the minimum wait periods. So the efficacy may enhance if you take the vaccine slightly later that. Okay. So these are not even confirmed fact. So these are still, we are taking data. There are a lot of things will come up in future, but right now these guidelines are available from the CDC. Okay, and the only viral vector vaccine which is now authorized in United States, that is Johnson and Johnson. So this is a single shot vaccine. That means you do not have to wait for a second shot. Okay, you are done at at once. So this is good for those people who do not want to wait for a long time to get the both doses. They will just get one dose and that's it. But the thing is that this mRNA vaccine, their efficacy is far more better than Johnson and Johnson as of now. So maybe you will prefer to choose Pfizer or Moderna compared to Johnson and Johnson. Okay, so there are many things to compare all these three vaccines. So I will make a video on that. I will compare all three vaccines. Okay. But right now, I quickly want to talk about the mRNA technology. So, how does mRNA vaccines work? So, this COVID-19 mRNA vaccine, it gives instruction to our cells to make a harmless piece of spike protein that is found on the surface of the virus. Now, we all know that this COVID-19 virus, it has a spike protein. The viruses are made of proteins. So, this is the thing which attacks our body. So, why COVID-19 is mostly attacking our lungs? Because our lungs has the receptor for the spike protein of that COVID-19 virus. That is why it is easily attacking our lungs. Okay, so this is the main culprit. So mRNA vaccines, it makes a harmless analog of the COVID-19 spike protein. So I'll tell you step by step how the mRNA vaccines work. So first you get a shot in your upper arm, okay? And then the mRNA, these messenger RNA instructions, they are inside your immune cells, and cells read those instructions and use them to make a spike protein that is a similar analog of the spike protein that is found on the surface of the virus. Okay, but this spike protein is harmless to us. Okay, so it will not give us any disease, but this is a harmless analog of the real spike protein of the virus. And after formation of that harmless analog spike protein, thus our cells destroy the instruction. So the mRNA instruction are no longer there once it is done with making the spike protein. Okay, so now our cell will show that harmless spike protein on its surface, and then our immune systems will recognize that this protein is not a part of our body. It is a foreign substance. It was not inside our body. So it will generate an immune response against that by making antibodies and as well as T cells. It will fight against that protein. It will try to kill it. Okay, like what happens in case of a natural infection with COVID-19. The similar way our immune system will recognize that a harmless analog spike protein, and it will generate a immune response against that by making antibodies as well as T cells. But since this spike protein analog is not harmful to our body, so we will face a little bit of uh, side effects, but we will not die or we will not be hospitalized for that. Okay, so a immune response against this harmless protein, this is like a slight fever, headache, or if you have like chills, you have uh, slight stomach problems like this, but usually will not face a severe problem as we face in case of COVID-19. Okay, so once our body has generated an immune response against those spike protein which is made from those mRNA instructions, then we are safe. Our body has learned how to protect against that spike protein. So in future, if we get affected with COVID-19, our body has already its antibodies and T cells. T cells remember everything what our body has done in the past. So it will again generate those immune response and it will defeat the virus. We'll never have that COVID-19 again. Okay, that's how so mRNA vaccines work. So as I said, right now, two different types of mRNA vaccines are available in United States, Pfizer and Moderna. They have more or less similar compositions, but I will discuss about both of them individually. So right now, I will discuss about the Pfizer vaccine components. And before I forget, I want to tell one more thing, that these mRNA vaccines, they do not use the live virus, that is COVID-19. So please do not panic that if we get vaccinated we'll get the virus. No, it is not the virus. Okay, it is only the harmless analog of the spike protein which the virus has. It is not the similar virus. So please do not panic. The virus mRNA vaccines, they do not contain the live virus. And also this mRNA never enters the nuclear of a cell where our DNA resides. So these mRNA vaccines, they do not harm our DNA. Okay, so please do not panic. The vaccines are good. They are here to protect us from COVID-19. It is not going to destroy our DNA, or it is not giving us any virus. Okay. Okay, so let's discuss about the chemical components of the Pfizer mRNA vaccine that is widely available in United States as well as in many parts of the world. Okay. So, of course, the first biological ingredient is the nucleoside modified messenger RNA, that is encoding the viral spike glycoprotein of the virus. Okay, it is obviously that mRNA. It is the key ingredient. It is the main thing we have in these mRNA vaccines. So, as soon as the information about the virus was available, scientists started designing the mRNA instruction, the messenger RNA instruction for cells to build the unique spike protein into an mRNA vaccine. So this is the key ingredient, the mRNA, nucleoside modified mRNA. So this is a biological component. I'm not going into details of that. I'll mainly discuss the other chemical components that is related to our chemistry. Okay. So, firstly, it has four lipids, which I remember. So, the first one is 2 polyethylene glycol 2000 NN ditetradecyl acetamide. Okay, so we shortly call it PEG 2000 NN ditetradecyl acetamide. So this is one of the major components. Okay, so this is the structure of PEG, and as you can see from this termed as N, so this N denotes the number of monomers. So this is basically a polymer. Okay, and this is the monomer structure, and this N is described as the number of monomer units repeated. So this unit in polyethylene glycol, this is repeated. So PEG 2000 means we have 2000 number of this repeating molecule. Okay, so this number can be like 2000, 3000, even 200, even 5, 6, whatever. Like we can chemically synthesize these polymers like with 5 monomers, with 100 monomers, with 2000 monomers, whichever we want. The polymer chemist can make out of it. So in this case of Pfizer vaccine, which component they have used, that is PEG 2000 NN ditetradecyl acetamide. So what is the medical use of PEG? So PEG 3350, it is exactly not the similar thing. Like as I have said you here that here this number is 2000, which is used in our vaccine, but the medical use I am talking about, that is this N is 3350. Okay, so it is already used to treat constipation. It is also used in laxative medications, and also used in preparation for colonoscopy procedure. So these are the main medical uses of PEG. So PEG has not been used in any other vaccine before. So this is a little tricky thing. So how it works here in this case of Pfizer vaccine, it is mainly protecting the mRNA, the main basic thing of this vaccine, mRNA. So it is protecting, it is, PEG is like a gum. I have used it in my lab, so it is like a gum like substance. So it is protecting the mRNA, like making a spear on top of that, and also it is helping to uh, penetrate the cell walls so that the mRNA can go within the cells and instruct the immune system to make the spike protein. Okay, so this is the role of PEG in this Pfizer vaccine. So one thing I should mention, that this PEG is the main culprit to all of the allergic reactions some people are facing for when they take this vaccine. Okay, so PEG is not a very good guy, I would say. Generally, in general, it is safe, but some people has some allergic reactions and some more bad side effects due to that. So if you are allergic to polyethylene glycol, so if you are using some constipation medication, if you are using some laxatives, you are you have gone for colonoscopy procedure, so then please be sure whether you are allergic to polyethylene glycol or not. If you are allergic to polyethylene glycol, like if it is troubling you, you have to treat it seriously. So in this case, you must consult with your doctor, with healthcare provider, whether you should take the Pfizer vaccine or not. Okay, so the main culprit uh, for making allergic reaction is this polyethylene glycol. So if you are using any constipation medication, you are using any laxative, you have gone for any colonoscopy procedure, or if you are using any medication which has polyethylene glycol, and if you found that you are allergic to it, then please consult with your doctor, your healthcare provider, before you go for a Pfizer vaccine. Okay, so the second ingredient is 1,2 distearoyl SN glycerol 3 phosphocholine. So we call it in short DSPC, and this is the chemical structure of DSPC. So what is the medical use of this? So it is majorly used in liposome preparation for drug delivery. So what is like, we generally use some carriers to carry our drug within our human body. Okay, so DSPC, they are mainly uh, some liposomes. So what is a liposome? A liposome is a spherical shaped vehicle that is composed of one or more phospholipid bilayers, which closely resembles the structure of cell membranes. The ability of the liposomes to encapsulate hydrophilic drugs have allowed them to be a good drug carrier system. So they are mainly used as a drug carrier for drug delivery, for successful delivery of a drug. Okay. So next, the third ingredient is cholesterol. Obviously, if we all know about cholesterol, it is a pretty common thing. It is an organic molecule, it is a lipid, and it is biosynthesized by all animal cells, and it is an essential structural component of all animal cell membranes. It looks bright yellow in color. So as we all know that we also have cholesterol within our human body. It helps us to make hormones, to make vitamin D, and some substances that help digesting foods. Okay, so this is also an ingredient of this Pfizer vaccine. So this is the chemical structure of cholesterol. Okay. Next, we have the fourth lipid. So this is the fourth component, 4-hydroxybutyl agendiol base hexane 6,1 diol base 2-hexyl decanoate. This is briefly known as ALC0315. So this is the chemical structure of that. Okay, and the medical uses of ALC is that this is a cationic synthetic lipid that can be used to form a lipid nanoparticle. So what is the role of a lipid nanoparticle? The lipid nanoparticle, they mainly promote the cellular uptake of therapeutically effective biomolecules like oligonucleotides or mRNA, both in vivo and in vitro. So in this case, for this Pfizer vaccine, so these lipid nanoparticles, they promote the cellular uptake of messenger RNA within our human body, so that our human body can consume more of the mRNA. So these lipid nanoparticles help in that. Okay, so these are four different type of lipids we have used in our Pfizer vaccine. Okay, now I'll talk about some salt, sugar, and wafers that is used in Pfizer vaccine. First is potassium chloride. This is a salt electrolyte. Next is sodium chloride, the salt, the table salt which we eat every day. And then monobasic potassium phosphate. So what is the medical uses of that? It mainly helps to control the calcium within human body, and it works by making the urine more acidic. It is used to prevent kidney stones. It is also used to decrease the amount of ammonia in urine. So this is mainly used to treat our kidney problems. So the people who have kidney problems and who are using medications to treat kidney problems, they must be aware of this particular component, and they should know if they are allergic to this particular component or not. If they are allergic to this component, they should consult with their doctor, healthcare provider before they decide to go for a Pfizer vaccine. Okay. Next is dibasic sodium phosphate dihydrate. So it is also used for to treat constipacy or to increase the bowel movement or cleaning our bowel before surgical procedures, before a colonoscopy, or it is also used to for care after surgery and help relieve the bowel movements, all of this. So people who have gone for surgical procedure, who are fighting with constipation, who are taking medications, who has just undergone a surgery, they should be careful that whether they are allergic to this particular component. The medication or whatever they are using right now, or they have been used during the surgery procedure, whether they are allergic to this particular component. If they are allergic, they should consult with their doctor, their healthcare provider, before they choose to go for the Pfizer vaccine. Okay. Next is sucrose, which is called table sugar. This is very simple and common molecule. It is made of glucose and fructose. So this is a, I'm pretty sure this you will love the taste. I have tasted this during my experiment. So this is not at all harmful, I believe. This is mainly used in vaccines to as a stabilizing agent. It stabilizes the vaccine, the formulation, and it enhances the lifetime of the particular vaccine. Okay, so I have described all of the components that is used to make a Pfizer vaccine. So I decided to discuss this in details because this will help you to decide whether you are allergic to you will be allergic to Pfizer vaccine or not. So many people have this confusion. Okay, so uh, please check all of the ingredients in details, and if you are using some particular medication at this time, or if you have used any medication which uh, caused you problems, which has given you some allergy, or if you have undergone some surgery, or you have just recovered from a surgery, so please check all of these ingredients if you have been allergic to particular these ingredients. Okay, so if you have become allergic to any of this ingredient, please check with your doctor, please consult with your healthcare provider before you go for a Pfizer vaccine. Okay? I hope this will help you in deciding whether you should get the Pfizer vaccine or not. Okay? So please like, share and subscribe so I can make some more videos. I will discuss about Moderna and Johnson and Johnson and other vaccine which is currently available in United States and all over the world. Okay. So for now, bye bye.